Want to say hello? Or are you going to continue unpacking?
Hello!
I guess that'll do. We have come to London. We are going to see Moulin Rouge and Cabaret. We got here a few hours ago. We had a wander around. Could you make a little bit more background noise, please? Do you mind?
No.
What did we do? We went and had a walk around, saw the Houses of Parliament, had dinner. That's about it. What did you just say?
It's the day Theresa May. No, I didn't.
She's not Theresa May. That was a bit of a Freudian slip there. Yeah, Liz Truss is becoming Prime Minister today, but unfortunately nothing exciting is happening. She's currently not even in London from the looks of it. We're watching the television. She's going to meet the Queen. That's about it. But we are going to see Moulin Rouge, which is more exciting.
Yeah.
And much more positive, but I will go into that. So we have a very nice view, and then the London Eye is literally there. You can't see it very well, but it is right there. So we are pretty central. We're basically opposite Parliament as well. Parliament is like here. You can't see it from here, which is probably a good thing. I don't think this video's... I'm really... There we go. I don't think this video is going to be very exciting because the main thing we're doing is going to the theatre, and obviously I can't film in the theatre, but we're going to do it anyway. It might be 5 minutes long. Right, give me the teapot. Okay, so I've acquired a Big Ben teapot. I guess this isn't Big Ben because Big Ben's now smashed. So I picked it up in the shop and then I accidentally dropped the lid and smashed it, so I had to buy it. So I guess I have this now. It was better with the lid. The lid is no longer of this world. Anyway, it's going well. We're watching... You're on camera, hope you don't mind. We're watching Liz Truss attempt to make her first speech, and it is absolutely pouring down, and this is fantastic. I really hope she has to do the speech in the rain. They do look all pretty visible on television. It doesn't seem to be much point in me filming on television, but yeah, this is what we're watching.
2 minutes away from where we're sitting.
It is. It's like there in front of us. But yeah, it is absolutely pouring with rain, and I hope she gets... Oh, they're all moving them. Oh, that's sad. I was really hoping she was going to get rained on. Maybe she will. We'll see. We'll see. We're currently trying to spot the helicopter, because we can see that they're like right outside our hotel on here. I think we've missed it.
There, it's there.
Where?
There.
Where?
It's there, right up above the meal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It just went over the top of the
Okay, well, that was a fun 10 seconds. But I'm going to tell you a bit about what last night was like while I did my makeup for today. So, went to go see Moulin Rouge. Took us a while to find the theatre, but we got there. And when we got in, it was all... We're going for full making a mess. When we got in, it was all like dressed up as if you were like in... I don't know how to describe it. I'll put some footage in here. I did film a little bit of the of like what was going on. I wasn't entirely sure if you were allowed to, but everybody was, and they didn't stop anyone, and like the ushers were watching us do it, and it was before the show started. It was just like the set. Basically, you come in, and there was like dancers on the stage, and they had like a big windmill and a big elephant. Anyway, it was so great. And then they did all the dancing things, and right before the finish, they did something. I'm not going to tell you what it was in case anyone's going to go see it. If anyone wants to know what it is, message me and I'll tell you. But anyway, it was great. The show was fantastic. It was like a million miles an hour. we were saying as we left that like Moulin Rouge doesn't actually have that much of a plot. Not much actually happens, but they like went all out on the style that you did not miss the lack of substance. It was really, really good. The costumes were fantastic. I mean, the dancers were going all out. Like, all out, if you catch my drift. It was, yeah. I was, is there anything, I mean, there's nothing like explicit, but it was, don't take a child, is all I'm going to say. But yeah, the sets were just like, when they had the first set out, I was like, oh, this set is so amazing. Surely they're going to use this for like the majority of it. I don't think they actually used it like once. Every single set was just absolutely decked to the nines. Every single one that you saw will be completely different to the last one. They hardly reused any of them. It was just like every single stop pulled. The cast were fantastic. I wasn't 100% sure about this year when it first came out. I don't think his voice was probably warmed up yet, but after like a few songs he was with it, and his vocal range was absolutely incredible. And I mean Satine as well. Honestly, all of them could have had the leading part. All of them were absolutely fantastic. And like so fitted for their role as well. Every single one of them was like show-stopping level of good. So yeah, would really, really recommend if you're in London. It is an experience. Do not take children. We were right at the front and like really, really in it, and it was very overwhelming, but like in an immersive way. But because there was so much going on, even if you're at the back, I think that would be fine because you get to see it all. Like we didn't know where to look. There were like a million different places. Anyway, it was great. Hello, so I'm back. There wasn't really many good moments to film, so I'm gonna like do a bit of a rundown right now while I play you the footage that I recorded. Brain working great. It's just started raining as well, and my brain's like, ooh, look at the rain. So we went to Highgate Cemetery, which was really, really cool. I'm really glad we booked to do that. There was like two sides of the cemetery. There was like a sort of more older, a bit of like a more traditional side, so we got a guided tour of that. I didn't want to film that much because, I don't know, it's a cemetery. Yeah, I was gonna be a bit, a bit more respectful and try not to film too much there, but I did get some clips which I'm sure you are looking at right now, just to give you the sense of like what this place was like. It was really, really cool. We saw some really interesting people's graves, and then we went over to the more modern side of the grave, which I think the most famous grave in there will probably be Karl Marx, which was very unsubtle, was just a large, very large version of his head. It was real large. But who I didn't know was buried there, which I was very excited to see when I found that out, is Douglas Adams. If you don't know, I'm a massive Hitchhiker's Guide fan. I love it so much, and I didn't know he was buried there, so that was a really nice thing to be able to do. So we went over to his grave. Everyone had left pens. Now I didn't have a pen with me, but my mum did, so she kind of gave me a pen for me to leave, and I left a little note for him as well. And then as we were walking around the both of the graveyards, because this is the type of person I am, I was looking down quite a lot, and I found two things. I found this, which I believe is Victorian pottery. I'm not a pottery expert, but the inside of it and the outside of it looks Victorian to me, so I'm not 100% sure on that. And the other thing I found was Victorian clay pipe, which is a bit kind of funny because if you're an archaeologist or you know anything about it, you know that it's kind of a joke that we can find clay pipes anywhere. I'm talking about it at my work all the time, being like, oh, you can find them everywhere. We were sitting down having some food and I looked down, there was a clay pipe. So I had that. I was quite excited to find that. I was kind of looking out for one. I thought I might be able to find one. And then I left it on Douglas Adams' grave because he smoked a lot, and I don't know, thought it would be a nice thing to do. And then we headed back, headed back, got changed, and then went out to see Cabaret, which was also really, really cool. So they're really, really heavy, like not on the spoilers, so if you want to see it, skip the next bit. But essentially what happened was you go in through like a side door, so you got, I think it was 2 entrances, you got a specific entrance, and they take you down this like tunnel with these quite steep, quite claustrophobic stairs, so that wasn't particularly accessible, but that was the situation. About 3 different people stopped me because I had my stick and was like, we have some thunder, exciting. About 3 different people stopped me and said like, oh, are you sure you want the stairs? So I think there was an accessible entrance. And it was fine, with these like quite aggressive bright lights, and you're basically taking you through like the bowels of the theatre, so you were seeing like the back rooms basically, and it took you down into this bar, which I think was called the Red Bar, and there was these people like playing like jazz and dancing. It was really cool. And then we go through, there was 2 other bars. There was the Gold Bar and the Green Bar. And the Green Bar was just like cocktails, nothing exciting happening there. The Gold Bar was like totally decked out in all this beautiful, like, it was like a gold tree, and it had all these lovely paintings on the wall. And as you were going through these bars, there was like, essentially it was just like a live performance. There was these dancers who were just like vibing the whole time. They were great fun. They were like playing with people. They were just having a great time. It was great fun. So it was like the pre-show show, which I knew was going to happen. I like to stress no videos or photos were taken here, because as you went in they stuck a sticker over your phone camera. They were very strict on it. So yeah, we went through to our seats. We had excellent seats. I was really glad about that. I was literally sitting where they come forward and backwards. Storm time, I love storms. So we were literally like sitting right next to where they were coming through, because the stage is like a circle in the middle. They were coming past us, constantly people going backwards and forwards. They were like, there was a lot of audience interaction. They were really like playing with the crowd. It was a whole thing. It was really, really good. The ending, mixed feelings about. I'll talk to my mum about this later. I'm not going to say anything, but if you've seen the performance, I'd like to know your opinions on it. Don't put it in the comments, send me a message, or like code it in the comments so we don't accidentally spoil it for people, but yeah, let me know what you thought about that. So the next day, we didn't have any concrete plans, so we got up and went to the British Museum to see some things. So some of the things we want to see, so we saw the Vindant tablets, we saw Linda Mann, we saw the Lewis Chessman. Just wanted to have a bit of a wander. My friend who used to work there gave us like I told her what we wanted to do, and she gave us like a tour. She planned us a tour. She was like, go through all these things, which we did. And then we were gonna go to Camden, but it was absolutely pouring with rain. So instead, we walked a little bit further down to the Welcome Collection, which I've never been to before and wasn't sure what to expect, but I really, really enjoyed it. The displays were really cool. We only looked for, I don't know if there was more galleries, but we only had time to look through 3. So there was one that was, I think it was called like Human Becoming Human, something like that, and it was like medical stuff, but sort of more modern medical things, and it had some really interesting things in there, and I really liked how it was displayed. And then we went into the other section, which was about Henry Wellcome, I think his name was, and about his collection. And there was some really interesting stuff about, like, I don't know, my nerd brain was really happy, but not necessarily about the stuff that was there. 'Cause the stuff that was there was really cool, but also because of, like, from a heritage point of view, I think that they did some really, really cool things. So, yeah, I was really, really interested in that. Maybe I'll do a whole deep dive into... Should I just do a series where I, like, review museum displays? As we were leaving, we got the news from the BBC that the doctors were concerned about the Queen's health, so we were interested in that. I suggested maybe going over to Buckingham Palace, but we did have to go and get a train. And about an hour into our train journey, it was announced that she had passed away. Yeah, it happened a few hours before then, so I think we were in the Welcome Collection when it happened. But yeah, I wish we were still in London when that happened. I think it would have been a really interesting thing to experience. But yeah, I'm currently watching it on television, so it was weird. I mean, we started the trip with Truss becoming Prime Minister, and we ended it with the Queen dying, so yeah, was a real eventful time to be in London, but we avoided all the eventful things. So yeah, I'm going to sign off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about any of the shows that I went to go see, let me know. I'm trying to avoid major spoilers, just trying to give you like the vibe. So yeah, any questions, let me know down in the comments. New videos every other Wednesday, like, subscribe and all that jazz. And I will see you the week after next. I need to rework this intro. Also, haven't had this camera for ages. Look at how wide I can go. The big fish eye. Big. I'm gonna go. Bye.
tour, but we closed because of COVID. So